Just going to go over a quick summary on our existing TIFs. Oak Park Avenue TIF, of course, was established in 1994, as you are aware. We just recently did the ordinance to close out the fund at the end of 2018. The big point that we've talked about before is that, again, this was a very successful TIF. As of its last tax year, 94% of the tax base within the TIF was new growth, increment, compared to what was there originally, which represents about 6% of the current value. As I noted earlier, that is going to add about $31 million to our tax base as part of the 2018 tax year. Some of the projects that have occurred within that TIF are the construction of the Holiday Inn, the taxable projects, the Cornerstone Center at the northeast corner of 183rd and Harlem, what I refer to as the always open shopping townhomes at the corner of Oak Park Avenue and 183rd Street, the Lakeview townhomes at 178th Street in Oak Park, LA Fitness, the Garofalo Shopping Center at the foot of Convention Center Drive, the Union Square townhomes that are currently under development at 179th and Oak Park. The two biggest non-taxable projects within that TIF were of course the Convention Center and the expansion of the Convention Center and Central Middle School. The Main Street North TIF was established in 2001. It has not had a large number of projects in the TIF. The revenues you can see here on this chart have varied over time, in part due to the recession, the impacts of the recession, and have now in the last couple of tax years have now recovered, and we still have some life in this TIF yet for the possibility to accomplish some projects. About 46% of its current tax base is new development, new growth. Again, a list of some of the projects: Amazing Smiles Dental Office, Liberty Supply, which was the former Tinley Glass, the Wheatfield, the former Jewel Walgreens site, and the liquor store that just recently opened in the old Jewel part of the building, the old Tinley Park Arms condominiums mixed-use development on the east side of, on the west side of Oak Park Avenue, sometimes referred to as the Pass Building, and Springford Hall, right south of Midlothian Creek. The Fulton House enhancement at the north end of the TIF, Hope Montessori School, their expansion and remodeling, the Elmore Plaza Tinley Square parking lot west of the shopping center. Non-taxable projects include the reconstruction of 171st Street and Oak Park Avenue, the construction of the new Fulton Elementary School, and a Midlothian Creek pedestrian bridge. The Main Street South TIF, also established in 2001. We terminated that TIF earlier this year. Some of the projects that occurred in that TIF was the expansion of Bettenhausen Motor Sales, Lakeview Townhomes, which I mentioned earlier in the Oak Park Avenue TIF. It crosses into two different TIFs. The Citibank facade and landscape improvements, the Oak Park Avenue Center, the former P&R Autos, Bailey's Restaurant and Bar. Some of the non-taxable projects include the Oak Park Avenue train station, Zabraki Plaza, and the Carl Vogt Building Plaza. The Mental Health Center TIF, again established in 2014, had growth almost, its tax base, its base year was established in 2015, and right out of the box we had the redevelopment of the northeast corner of 179th Street and Harlem with the Porter Place project. That immediately created some increment for this TIF. The property did get revalued with the assessor's office, so we see a small decrease in the incremental revenue between 2016 and 2017. There we see, even in its short duration, we see 14% of growth in the increment in the tax base. The new development, of course, Porter Place, Anthem Memory Care. We still have, the state campus before us, 280 acres. There are other sites along Harlem Avenue, along 179th Street and Sayre Avenue, as well as the west side of Oak Park Avenue, and sites on Devan Drive. The Legacy TIF, established in 2015, the largest property in this TIF is, of course, the Panduit former headquarters and manufacturing facility. The company has just recently demolished the structures on the site. And again, timing-wise, I think our timing was good. Our base year was 2015. And we've seen growth in our EAV, or in our tax base and our incremental revenues between 2016 and 2017. Increment at this point is 19% of the tax base. The new Bremen TIF we established earlier this year to replace the Main Street South TIF. Some of the projects that have occurred or that are pending to occur are the Boulevard at Central Station, the North Street former Central Middle School property, the Holiday proposed mixed-use development, Blackstone Lofts, now Bremen Station, the former Bremen Cash Store site, east of Citibank, and of course we mentioned the Central Middle School site, which is part of the Holiday project, and we have Banging Gavel Brewery that is looking to renovate the historic Carl Volk building. Infrastructure projects include the Harmony Square Entertainment Plaza that will be located on North Street, construction of the Freedom Pond, which addresses stormwater storage requirements under the new Metropolitan Water Reclamation District watershed maintenance ordinance requirements. Without having built that pond, most of our downtown sites would not be developable as they are currently planned, as we would be required to put more on-site storage as part of the land requirements.